My name is Sarah Rodecap, and this is my case study for Everyday Counts for AEP 858 Data Analysis in the Fall 2020 VB. When reporting the facts, this is occurring at Golden Oak High School, which serves 965 students, grades 9 through 12. There's several different activities. The student population has not been incredibly diverse in the past, although they're seeing more Hispanic and Asian families move to the area. Students come from middle income families, and the guardians work for local industries or own small businesses. And the faculty has been there for 10 years experience in their current assignments. And this is happening in the first semester. People involved are Dr. Newman, who's the superintendent. Mr. Rhodes is the first year principal. Karen is an 11th grader. She's had mostly A's and B's, but recently got married, and her quality of work has declined with an increase of absences. Guardians did request to see a counselor. Tyrone is a 10th grader in the honors program. He's been absent for 14 days. 10 of those days were spent traveling with family, and the homeroom teacher excused the absences. Christina is a freshman. She has missed several days for out-of-town church meetings. She has 2 C's and 1 D, and the homeroom teacher approved her absences. Carl is a 10th grader who attends regular classes in the morning and vocational classes in the afternoon. He was reported to a truant officer in November, and guardians are not supportive of attendance. John is a junior. He suffered an injury during a football game and has physical therapy Tuesdays and Thursdays afternoon. The athletic director excuses him from Friday afternoon classes from noon to 2:30, and teachers have not reported his absences as excessive. Some legal issues that are involved are the school board policy states that excused absences are for illnesses, death in the immediate family, inclement weather, or valid reason excused by the principal with prior approval. It also says that students can only miss 3 days from school for personal reasons, and it is aligned to state law. The Kansas compulsory education law states that minors from the age of 7 to 18 are required to attend school, and guardians who do not comply could be prosecuted. The district policy also states that when absences are unexcused in excess of 5, teachers have the authority to subtract 10 points from the student's total number of points for the quarter. Some ethical issues that I found are that teachers are inconsistent with upholding the district's attendance policy. So Karen's absences were not mentioned as excused. However, Tyrone's homeroom teacher excused 2 weeks of absences, even though the district's policy is for 3. Christina's homeroom teacher approved her absences. Carl did not have a mention of any excused absences. The athletic director excused John every Friday, and teachers did not report that his absences were excessive. So the big statement is teachers are not consistently and ethically maintaining the district's absence policy. So the people involved are Mr. Rhodes, who's a first-year administrator, and he's being asked to increase attendance rates. Karen was a previously high-achieving student. She was recently married and has had a decline in grades and attendance. Tyrone's an honors student, but has absences due to traveling with family. Christina has 2 C's and 1 D, but has missed 12 days for out-of-town church meetings. Carl attends regular classes in the morning and vocational school in the afternoon. He has been reported for truancy. John is an injured football player. He has physical therapy twice a week, but misses Friday afternoons to rest during football season. The place is Golden Oak High School. It's mostly middle-income families. Guardians work for local industries or businesses. It's not overly culturally diverse. The program, there's 965 students, grades 9 through 12. District policy says only 3 days may be excused. District policy also says upon 5 unexcused absences, teachers can subtract 10 points from the total number of points of the quarter, and there's a low turnover rate for teachers. The most important those with important stakes in the outcome and damage to stakeholders. Well, Mr. Rhodes could have disciplinary action taken against him for not enforcing district policies. Homeroom teachers and the athletic director could also have disciplinary actions taken against them for not following policies. Students must maintain a certain GPA in order to graduate because they have to pass classes to get credits to graduate. Also, truancy reports could be detrimental to students' home life. So all guardians need to be contacted. Conversations with teachers and the athletic director needs to be taking place. Partnerships with social services and employees for the juvenile court system need to be formed. We also need to hear each student's side of the story and his or her beliefs on attendance. Teachers' hesitation in following district attendance policies need to be made aware of. We also need to find out guardian support of good attendance, so whether they support it or not. And we need to research some programs or ideas in cooperation with social service and the juvenile court system. There is enough information to make this decision, but a concrete plan has to be made so you have a buy-in from all stakeholders, and that's guardians, students, and faculty. My first option with taking no action would result in Mr. Rhodes having disciplinary action for not enforcing district policy. Teachers would continue to inconsistently follow the district policy. Students would continue to take advantage of the inconsistency, so attendance rates would continue to decrease and grades would continue to decrease. Option 2 is a comprehensive action, so Mr. Rhodes could enforce the district policy, take disciplinary action on teachers who are not consistently following the district attendance policy, and then file truancy reports on students that meet those requirements. Optional 3 is an intermediate strategy. So Mr. Rhodes could require all absences to be approved by him, the principal, which would allow teachers to be more consistent with the grading aspect of the district policy. Mr. Rhodes then would make truancy reports according to the process established. Teachers, students, and guardians would need to be educated on this policy to get the buy-in from them. Option 4 is another intermediate strategy. Mr. Rhodes would require all absences to be approved by himself, the principal, and he could take disciplinary actions on teachers who are not consistently following district policy. Mr. Rhodes would also make the truancy reports according to the established process. We still would have to get buy-in from teachers, students, and guardians. So option 1, taking no action, there would be less truancy reports that would be affecting less families. That would be a pro. Cons, Mr. Rhodes would face disciplinary action and students' absent rates increase while grades decrease. Option 2 is a comprehensive action. Students' absent rates decrease while grades increase. But teachers would face disciplinary action and more truancy reports would be made affecting more families. On option 3, more consistency with one person checking attendance. Student absent rates would decrease while grades increase, and education and buy-in from guardians and students and teachers. The cons would be Mr. Rhodes would have more work and there would be more truancy reports that would affect families. On option 4, the pros are more consistency with one person checking attendance, student absent rates decrease while grades increase, education and buy-in from guardians, students, and teachers would be there. The cons would be Mr. Rhodes would have more work, teachers could face disciplinary action, and again, more truancy reports would be made affecting more families. The option that I considered was the best was option 3, that Mr. Rhodes would require all absences to be approved by himself, allowing teachers to grade according to the district policy. Mr. Rhodes would make the truancy reports according to the process established. And then we would need buy-in from teachers, students, and guardians. Thinking back on this option, it has the biggest positive impact for all parties involved in future students while minimizing the negative impact. It involves all stakeholders, so admin, parents, students, and educators. Information for the stakeholders would need to be informed that district policy does align with state laws and that attendance is important and why. Some creative options would be to create a committee of admin, guardians, community members like the social service and juvenile court employees, students, and teachers to educate stakeholders on the importance of attendance, as well as the laws that come into play. You would also need to allow all stakeholders a chance to ask questions about the district attendance policy and state laws. So implementation, first you would need to meet with a committee that will educate stakeholders. Then you would need to educate all stakeholders on the district policy, the state laws, and the importance of attendance on education. Mr. Rhodes would also begin being the sole person to excuse absences, and truancy reports would be completed with established procedures. So some responses: if stakeholders are not receptive to the plan, that disciplinary action could be taken on Mr. Rhodes and teachers. Students' attendance rates decrease and grades decrease. So if stakeholders are receptive to the plan, a committee would be formed, and that committee would be able to educate stakeholders on the importance of attendance. All stakeholders would receive a chance to ask questions about the district attendance policy and state laws. Students' attendance rates would increase and grades would increase. And also there is more consistency in following the district attendance policy, with Mr. Rhodes being able to approve all the absences. An alternative plan would be to start taking disciplinary action on teachers who continue to not follow the district policy. Communication on education and the policy and laws would need to be for principals, guardians, students, and teachers. Any course of action should be communicated with guardians, students, staff, the superintendent, and the principal. The NELP standard is candidates who successfully complete a building level educational leadership preparation program understand and demonstrate the capacity to promote the current and future success and well-being of each student and adult by applying the knowledge, skills, and commitments necessary to improve management, communication, technology, school level governance, and operation systems to develop and improve data-informed and equitable school resource plans, and to apply laws, policy, and regulations. Program completers understand and demonstrate the capacity to evaluate, develop, and advocate for a data-informed and equitable resourcing plan that supports school improvement and student development. I've included my correlation, relevant, and reflection, and I have my references for my images and for the NELP standard, and where I found the information on the Kansas compulsory laws. Thank you.